Today we're out here on the beach in Fort Pierce. It's the beginning of the mullet run. We spent last night working the inlet, had some incredible action. Tons of mullet, lots of tarpon, some snook blowing up. The bait all moved out of the inlet. We've gone south, maybe 10, 12 miles down the beach. We keep finding these scattered schools of finger mullet to kind of foot-long mullet interspersed along the beach. And right now we found a pot of tarpon working on these finger mullet. The fish seem to be a lot more active on these smaller baits, and to imitate those mullet, we're having really good success with the 5.5-inch pro tail paddle. 5.5-inch paddle tail is the perfect imitator for these finger mullet that the tarpon are keying in on right now. The big mullet, the tarpon are kind of avoiding, but as we get into these smaller size, they're lunge feeding, working them here in the break and the swell. And so far we've hooked up a couple fish this morning working these medium-sized baits. As you can hear behind me, we've got fish blowing up all over, finger mullet showering on the surface, working these mid-range baits, throwing them on spinning gear. We dropped our leader size down to 50 pound. The water is still a little dirty, but we have been getting more bites on the lighter leader. So we're working that, medium heavy spinning tackle, and just kind of working the outside edges of those mullet schools. Sometimes those tarpon are gonna be rolling right down in the center. We're having the best success hooking up, actually working the edges or sight casting to fish that may be pulled off the school. And that way your bait has a better chance of being noticed, because otherwise you're in the middle of millions of mullet and it can be a little hard to get their attention. So the retrieve I'm liking to use on these paddle tails is kind of a slow stop and go retrieve. And what that's doing is allowing the bait to drop just a few inches, kind of like it's wounded or exhausted. And so far the strikes that we've gotten have been on that drop, stop, retrieve. A lot of times a steady retrieve can be great. Today, that little bit of extra pulse and drop is getting noticed by these fish and producing the strikes we've had so far. So trying to discern where to cast can be a challenge. We've got bait, we've got fish breaking everywhere. So what I'm trying to do is single out fish that may be cruising on the outside of the school. There's less bait moving around. Hopefully there's a better chance that they're gonna notice your bait versus everything else that's swimming around them. As you can see right here in the water, I mean, there's just thousands of mullet. They're the exact same size as this bait. We've tried some larger sizes, trying to imitate something bigger, but they've been responding a lot better to a very imitative size.